During the Miss Universe press conference that took place in Thailand last week, Miss Grand International owner Nawat Itsaragrisil, who is now the franchise owner of Miss Universe Thailand, seems to have accused Miss Cosmo, the new pageant based in Vietnam, for copying Miss Universe. But before I continue, if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon below to get instant notification for the next video. As some of you may know, Miss Cosmo was created in 2024 under the leadership of Tran Viet Bao Hoang, also known as Henry, the young charismatic chief executive who was once the national director of Miss Universe Vietnam. When Miss Universe was put in the market for sale in early 2022, Henry's group, Unicore, had placed a bid to purchase the pageant, but he was bypassed in favor of JKN Global, whose owner is Anne Jarkajutatip. On August 21st, 2023, Unicore announced that it had held a new international pageant called Miss Cosmo, whose president is Henry. The winner will serve as an ambassador for charitable initiatives supported by Miss Cosmo, focusing on diversity and inclusion in the beauty industry. Now, going back to the Miss Universe press conference last week, Nawat indirectly attacked Miss Cosmo. I say indirectly because Nawat did not mention the name of the rival pageant, but we all know which he was referring to. Nawat stated, and I quote, "I always support the emergence of new beauty pageants, but I make an exception for a new entity that uses Miss Universe winners to launch and participate in almost every activity, including serving as judges, and uses the Miss Universe name in announcements on stage, which is not their own. It looks ridiculous. They know well that their follower base comes from Miss Universe. That's why I use the term copy." End of quote. When Miss Cosmo debuted last October, the first edition was hailed as highly successful, not only from a commercial perspective, but also from a creative perspective. Henry's close association with Paula Shugart allowed him to invite the former Miss Universe president to be part of the judging panel alongside Miss Universe 2021 Harna Sandu, Miss Universe Vietnam 2021 and Miss Supranational Vietnam 2022 Kim Duyen, and Miss Universe Vietnam 2017 Han Nye. When Nawat said that he supports the emergence of new pageants except when they use the Miss Universe name to promote the pageant, he is forgetting that when Miss Grand International 2022 was held in Vietnam, he actually used a former Miss Vietnam 1992 who had competed in Miss World University 1992, where she placed in the top 5. And one of the judges in Miss Grand Thailand 2023 was Ketwali Phobdi, who was Miss Aura International 2023. 5 years ago, I posted a video called 6 Things I Hate About Miss Grand International, in which I mentioned that MGI lacks originality. For instance, I said that the speech segment on Stop the War on Violence is actually a copycat of the speech segment in Miss International, where each of the top 8 contestants has to give a speech describing her dreams and goals if she wins the title. I also mentioned how this segment is reminiscent of Miss World, where each finalist has to elaborate on her beauty with a purpose. And if you watch the first edition of MGI in 2013, you will notice that there were several elements in the production that one could say were copied from Miss Universe, such as the girls introducing themselves in their costumes, an upbeat dance number where the girls are wearing sponsored cocktail dresses, the format from top 20 to top 10 to top 5, and of course, the top 5 Q&A segment where the finalists had to respond to the same question. And the most obvious element of MGI that lacks originality is its mission to strive for world peace, which practically every major pageant has been advocating for decades. And lastly, when MGI launched its original logo, it eerily resembled the Miss Universe logo to the extent that the Miss Universe organization took legal action against Nawat to change the design of the MGI logo to make it look less similar to the current Miss Universe logo. Now, this has been the NGI logo since 2014. By criticizing how Miss Cosmo should be run, Nawat has alienated the Vietnamese fans who proudly and wholeheartedly support Miss Cosmo, which is owned by a Vietnamese group. It is reported that several former Vietnamese beauty queens who were once affiliated with Miss Universe have unfollowed Miss Universe, not because of the brand itself, but because of the unprofessionalism and irreverent behavior of the current management. And you know what the funniest and strangest part is? Filipino fans who hate Nawat because they think that Nawat has been giving them false hope in crowning the first Filipino Miss Grand International are now liking him and hating on Miss Cosmo because during the first edition of the new pageant last October, one of the frontrunners for the crown, Atisa Manalo, Miss Cosmo Philippines, had been excluded from the top 5, which angered the Filipinos. Now you see a lot of fighting and cyberbullying going on between the fans who support MGI and MU, such as the Thais and the Filipinos, versus the Vietnamese fans who support Miss Cosmo. No pageant fan is immune to online quarrels. However, I noticed that these quarrels become more and more intense when they are caused not by fans, but by the leadership of pageant organizations. And when I look back to the past, I realized that there was not much toxicity before the creation of Miss Grand International in 2013, or Miss Universe before JKN Global took over in 2022. But now it seems that every day there's always some sort of drama or scandal involving the leaders of these two big pageants. Am I right? Right? What are your thoughts? Comment below. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.